In the race for control of the House, Republican Freedom Caucus former chair Scott Perry of Pennsylvania is facing a strong challenge for his congressional seat in the Harrisburg area of central Pennsylvania. Perry, who refused to be interviewed by the January 6th committee for his role in the lead-up to the attack, is being challenged by challenger Janelle Stelson. She's now a Democrat. She herself is a former Republican, well known in the district because she's a former TV anchorwoman there. Stelson has not made Perry's role before and on January 6th a central focus of her campaign. Instead, she's focusing on major policy issues and blaming the Biden administration, by the way, for its failures, as she sees it, at the southern border. Janelle Stelson, I'm pleased to say, is joining me now. So it's great to meet you virtually. I heard a lot about your campaign. It's a strong campaign against this Republican leader, strong MAGA leader, January 6th denier. What prompted you in the first place to switch parties?
Well, I've had a unique perspective for the past 38 years as a TV news anchor reporter, so the trusted nonpartisan voice in everybody's living rooms. My joke is kind of, if I haven't been in your living room doing a story on you, I've at least probably been in your living room on television. So I've had a front row seat to January 6th, to the Supreme Court 2 years ago, overturning the Dobbs decision. And just generally, I've been listening that long. And what I hear now is that people are hungry for new leadership.
And one question, because you're concerned, obviously, about January 6th, you watched it up close. Why not go after your opponent in a bigger way for his role leading up to January 6th?
Oh, trust me, I hear from a lot of folks that January 6th is very large in their minds, mostly because they actually want their votes to count in this election, as opposed to Scott Perry trying to overturn them in the 2020 election and being so deeply involved in the attack on our bastion of democracy. You know, the Capitol Police who saved his life and the lives of his colleagues so that he could then walk into the chamber safely a few hours later and vote to overturn all of our votes in Pennsylvania. That's a real problem for a lot of folks, but it is sort of morphed into a general discontent about Washington being so broken. I mean, I think people are really hungry for term limits. I don't think they want Congress people and their families to be able to trade stocks with inside Wall Street information. And they also are upset about Congress people who become lobbyists and profit from their former position and, you know, can still have influence on votes. Those are all real problems for people. That's what I'm hearing, Andrea.
One issue is abortion, of course. It drove you into the race, among others. How decisive do you think that could be for Kamala Harris?
Well, I'm hearing from Democrats, Republican, independents, that the fact that Scott Perry, my opponent, Congressman Perry, and Congress want to be so deeply involved. They don't want the government involved in their intimate health care decisions. Surprise, they think that it is a better fit for their doctors to actually be giving them advice, not Scott Perry and the rest of the folks, you know, these lifelong folks that have been sitting in Congress. And you know, I was live on the set when the Dobbs decision was handed down, overturning Roe, and had to look out into the camera and tell every woman watching that her rights had been rolled back 50 years. And I've had Republican women in their 80s tell me this is just a bridge too far. You know, they want their grandchildren, their nieces, their daughters to have the same rights they had. And again, this crosses party lines in a very big way.
Now, one of the things that came up in the debate was he went after you for not living in the 10th congressional district. Was that district redrawn? You know, can you explain?
It has been redrawn,
issue?
And Andrea, living and working here since 1986. You know, I had 4 residences in Dauphin County, 3 in Harrisburg, 1 right around the corner from the state capitol. I lived 2 places in Cumberland County. And most importantly, I have been also working in this district all along. You know, I've been at the Gratz Fair with the Demolition Derby. I've been, you know, in York, which was the U.S. Capitol, for 9 months, I think in 1777 into 78. You know, we got Hershey's here, we got Harley Davidson's. And I know this area intimately, and also very importantly, this area knows me. I've been the trusted, nonpartisan voice in their living rooms for more than 30 years.
How would you assess the Harris campaign's ground game in Pennsylvania?
Well, Andrea, as you know, I'm up against a 6-term incumbent. He's hard to disentrench. I've been hyper-focused on our race and the needs and wants of my hopefully future constituents here in the 10th District. And, you know, I hope the Vice President has great game. This is an important state for Democrats up and down the ticket, and we have a lot of really good races. I call this a thinking district because even though it's a +4 Republican district, we elected our Democratic Governor, Josh Shapiro, by 12 points over a state lawmaker who is an extremist, but is nothing but Scott Perry light. So this is what you want in a democracy. We have people who actually do their research and really look at who they're going to be voting for. And I hope that benefits us greatly on November 5th. I think it will.
Well, I was just talking to Charlie Dent on the show, who used to represent, when he was in Congress, it used to be part of the district that you're in right now. He represented Hershey before it was redrawn. And he made the point that on the economy, you know, Donald Trump, at least, is not just not accurate, you know,
well,
about domestic content and tariffs.
You know, yeah, I'm going to leave the national race to the pundits, but I know about my race, and I got to say, I'm really happy Hershey's in my district as well. Who doesn't love Hershey? Anyway, you know, this is the kind of thing where, you know, we got to focus on the needs here, and affordability is certainly a big thing I'm hearing from everybody. When you have to make the decisions about whether to put food on the table, gas in your gas tank, and we have a lot of rural areas. Gas is important if you want to get where you're going, you know, or pay your rent or mortgage, which is just so high right now, partly because of supply problems, or take your life-saving drugs. You know, people are having to make those decisions, and I want them to know that Scott Perry voted against the government's ability to negotiate prescription drug prices with pharmaceutical companies, and that matters for costs around here. He also voted against the government's ability to cap insulin prices. So these are things that are very real to the people I talk to here in the 10th District. He's sort of an out-of-touch, lifelong politician at this point.
Janelle Stelson, the Democratic challenger to Scott Perry. Of course, we've obviously offered Scott Perry a chance to talk to our program as well. We want to thank you and note again that anytime Scott Perry wants to come and talk, we'd love to make that happen. Thank you. Good luck out there.